color kids, this is Katie Carty Hiley from RainbowBrite.net. Welcome back to the Rainbow Land Museum and to my last video of the day. As well, I'm wearing the same shirt in all three videos because I'm just doing these back to back. Get them done. This is the last of the new products that just came out from Hallmark, and I'm super excited to share this with you. I was very excited about the other two as well, but this one, well, no, Puppy Brite might be my favorite. No, Baby Brite, maybe. I keep calling them Baby Brite, Baby Sprites. I don't know which of these is my favorite. I honestly don't. They're all so good. You might be able to tell by what is behind me what I'm about to show you, and it is the new Murky and Lurky Itty Bitty book set. Oh my god. Okay, ever since they started coming out with Rainbow Brite Itty Bitties, I think fans have been, I don't want to say insisting, but heavily requesting Murky and Lurky as Itty Bitties because we knew they would be adorable in that form, and we wanted the bad guys because the bad guys in Rainbow Brite are hilarious. Like, yes, they're bad, they're evil, they mess stuff up, but they're the funny kind of bad guys, so it's not so bad. So I'm going to take them off the card in a minute and show you them really close up, but I want to show you what the book looks like before you do that. It's super cute and I love it. And I'll read the back. Well, let me show you this artwork real quick. Murky's Murk. Oh my god, it's great. Another gloomy day, said Murky dismal with delight. It's the perfect day to ruin for that cheerful Rainbow Brite. Oh. And that's actually a line from the story. I finally read it before doing this video. Because the other day when I was doing the live stream, I had just gotten home from getting all these items. I had not taken the time to read anything. I was just like, oh, that's cool, okay, next. But I actually really love the story. So I'm going to take this off and show you behind it how it's different. So it's called Murky and Lurky's Crown of Gloom, and there's the crown in the middle. Now, I'm not going to give away the whole story, but those of you who have seen Rainbow Brite, well, it's not Rainbow Brite and, it's just, yeah, the Mighty Monster Murk Menace episodes, there's two, part 1 and part 2 of Rainbow Brite, the old show, you'll have an idea of what this crown does. The monster Murk is not involved in this story, but the crown has a very similar function. Interesting. I really like that, actually. I like that they're taking inspiration from the old show in the new stuff. Thumbs up. Yeah, let me do the itty bitties first and then I will get back to the book. So I'm going to have to cut these guys off. I really, usually I like to have 2 of these before I go cutting them off because I like to know, like, which ones are better than the others. You know what I mean? I usually take the ones that are, well, which ones do I leave and which ones do I take off? I don't know. It probably just varies from item to item. Sometimes it's the better one that I take off, sometimes it's the better one that I leave on, depending on how it's going to be displayed. But again, they only had 1 of each of all of these items at the Hallmark store, so I was just happy to get what they had. Okay, there's Murky. Oh my god! Ah! I just saw something on the back that made me happy that I did not know was there. Okay. Almost got him. He's a little more fuzzy, so I want to make sure I don't cut his fur. Then I have to find the plastic thing in the fur. There we go. Move there. Okay. And that's smart. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. There's tape. Oh, that side. Holding on the plastic thing, the plastic tabs on the back so they don't just go flying everywhere when you cut them off. It's kind of cool. Because, yeah, I don't think you would actually want to do anything with this. Well, maybe. I don't know, maybe you can take the tape off without it completely ruining it if you ever wanted to use this as a backdrop for something. I don't know. Craftier people than I, they I'm sure can do cool stuff with backdrops such as this. I'm not that crafty. I would love to be, but I'm just not. And I can just admit that and be okay with it. So on the back here, $24.95 is how much this costs, which I don't have the one with the tag in front of me, but I'm pretty sure this is more than the Stormy one was, but that was only one itty bitty. This book came with two, which are, most itty bitties are either $6.95 or $7.95 these days. So we'll say 8 a piece. They're 16 and just itty bitties right there. And then there's the book on top of it. So you're getting a lot for that price. And the back of this is the same as the back of the book. This was also produced in October. I'm noticing a theme here. Yeah, everything here was produced in October. Although, let me check the itty bitties. Because I remember with Stormy, the book was produced in one month and the itty bitties were produced in a different month. Yeah, October and October. Cool. Looks like these are all the same. So let me put down my trusty scissors and let's talk about some itty bitties. Oh my god! Oh my god! So here's Murky. Yeah, okay. That really makes me happy. All of him makes me happy, but you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. So he's fantastic for so many reasons, and I pointed out some of this in the live stream, but I'm going to point it out again because, yeah, he has got so much embroidery on him, it makes me just thrilled. So he has this massive embroidered unibrow. Hilarious. There's his eyes. It's hard to tell, but he does have a grumpy mouth below his mustache. It's just a little small one, but yeah, he's got this little grump. It's Murky. He's always grumpy, so it makes sense. He's got an embroidered line right here across his neck. He's got two really thick embroidered lines down there, silver matching his lightning bolt, and then a black line, and then the bottom is just all soft and fleshy. And the lightning bolt is also embroidered on. It's just like embroidery heaven. Love it. All the stuff on his helmet is printed on, but that's perfectly fine. It looks great. Got the lightning bolts on each side. It's got the little, whatever you want to call that, thing on the top. It's got printed on all the little windows or whatever. They're not windows because you can't see through them. Whatever. The gray things that are on his helmet. And then it's got this, you know, the flap that goes with the helmet. Oh, I already showed you what I was getting surprised and happy about. Look, there's a cloud and a lightning bolt on the back of his cape. That's amazing. And this is actually a different, okay, it is printed on the material, but it's like vinyl. Yeah, it's more like a vinyl decal iron-on type. I don't think iron-on is really the word, but it's completely different than like up here where it's just part of the material. It's, you know, it's literally printed material. This could have been stuck on after the fact. I don't know if you can really see that. See, there's a little sheen to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's a little vinyl decal. That's super cute. But it's almost like there was a spot cut out for it. I don't know if cut out's the word, but the fuzz, the plushiness of his cape does not overlap it. It's almost like there was a space already there for it, and then it just got stuck in. I don't know. It's perfect. It's great. And yeah, you can pull up the back of his flap and see the back of his head. We all know that Murky is bald. Although he's mostly bald on top. I think he has some hair around the edge. But it could be hidden under the helmet. And we just can't see it. It's all good. But I love that he has a cape. And it comes up as well. You can just see his back. It's great. I love all the layers to this. This is making me super happy. And his tag is just kind of hidden underneath his cape over here on the side. Love it. Oh, he's great. He's great. Okay. And then there's Lurky, who is hysterical. Look at his massive nose, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's massive. That's like a gonzo nose right there. Although he always had a huge nose. So it's not like that's out of place. It's totally what Lurky should look like. And yes, he's got a smile under his nose because he's usually in a good mood unless Murky's being mean to him. We all love Lurky even though he has an angry eyebrow up here. He also has a unibrow, I think. Yeah, that totally goes across. So he's got angry up top, happy down bottom. That's hilarious, but that's so perfect for him because he's a little bipolar, not of his own volition. It's totally Murky's doing. If you read any of the storybooks, especially, I don't think it's ever actually mentioned in the show, but in the storybooks, Lurky loves colors. That much you can tell from the episodes. He loves colors and flowers and happy things, but Murky puts a gloom cloud over his head to basically mind control him and make him grumpy and gloomy all the time. It's really sad. It's sad. It's very, very, very sad. But we all love Lurky because we know deep down he has a heart of gold. It's just Murky being a jerk. So he's got his shoes, which is so funny and perfect. Got the little laces right there, and it goes up with the white to delineate the shoes, and then it's just all white on the bottom. And he has got, let's see, yeah, his shoelaces and the top of the shoe here, those are all embroidered, and there's a stitch right down the middle of the shoes that's embroidered, also on the back. And he is just so fuzzy. He's so fuzzy. He's actually, this feels a lot like the baby sprites, and Puppy Brite is so soft. I want to pet him. He's like a little baby. Anyway, and he's got this great antenna. Whoa. I don't think that's focusing on them very well, but you can see them stick straight up. My only complaint about the antenna is that they're not black. Typically his antenna are black, and these are like bronze. But whatevs. It could be much worse. I'm not really going to complain that much about his antenna color. But it's interesting too that he's got, and I guess this is just room for his legs, the fur stops there, and he's got some space in between for his legs and then his feet. And then his itty bitty tags over here, and he's got the other tag just like all the rest. And he's great. I love him so much. But these, like the other ones, well, I guess it's just Stormy at this point, that have come out with a book. That's the only way they are available is with the book. You cannot purchase them separately. Or like the ones that come in the set of 4, you can only purchase them in the set of 4. So these guys, if you want them, you're going to have to buy the book. But let's get to the book, because it's really cute, and why would you not? It's so adorable. Again, I cannot read the entire book to you as much as I would love to have a little story time, because it's a rhyming book, and those are my favorite. And it's really cute story. And they're really cute illustrations. You just gotta go get it yourself. You do. It's so cute. But I did want to point out, well, a couple of things. So this, I just assumed when I first saw it that it had been illustrated by the same person who illustrated the Stormy itty bitty book, but it's not. This one is by Ralph Cosentino. That's the illustrator. The author is Megan Have, or Have, I'm not sure how to say her name. And the Stormy book, whoops, I've got the sleeve still on the front here, was illustrated by John Springelmeyer. So, and it was written by Kat Hollier. So completely different people working on these books as far as the writer and the illustrator. Most of the others are the same, although here's the editorial director. That's different in this one. I just like to point out such things because I think it's interesting to know who worked on what. Yeah, the editorial director on this one is Teresa, excuse me, Teresa Trinder. And I don't recognize that name, so I don't believe she has worked on any of the other Rainbow Brite books yet. I could be wrong. But all the rest of those names look familiar to me. Got Kira Goodyear back on this one, editor. So, yay! Now, what I want to show you, and I already showed one of the, yeah, I'll show you this illustration again, because I showed it in the live stream, and it still cracks me up. Rainbow Brite pole vaulting, guys! Rainbow Brite pole vaulting. So funny, and Lurky wearing sunglasses. Hilarious, hilarious. So let me find, I think it's at the end, where was it? There was a particular picture that I wanted to compare. Because, okay, different illustrator, and Murky and Lurky in itty bitty form look quite different in this one than they did in the Stormy itty bitty book. I will go with this picture. Okay. So in the Stormy book, here's what they look like. Whoa. I really should take that sleeve off. I mean, similar to their itty bitties, but different. Like Murky has no nose, which he should have a nose. But in the new one, and okay, another thing of note here, it's very just simple flat, I guess you could say, type illustration. There's not a lot of shading or shadows or anything like that. Whereas in the new one, so first of all, lots of shading and shadows. Not just flat, but also they just look completely different. Let's be real. The colors are different. The style is different. Like Lurky, he's just as tall, but he's thinner in this one than in this one. Murky, you know, completely different color, which I'm glad they went with this. This is closer to, well, actually, the itty bitty is somewhere in between. He's a little more green than this, but closer to this color, which is closer to his vintage color and what he should be. It's more screen accurate, so I'm glad they went with that color for his face instead of dark green. I like both illustrations a lot. I like both of these books. I think they're both illustrated fantastically. It's just different style, different illustrators. And I'd say this is the style they went with for the itty bitty, because they look almost just like that. Yeah, almost just like that instead of this. Which I would have been fine with this too. Just wanted to point it out. That is different. And to show you, yeah, another illustration. I really do want to read this entire thing to you guys, but I can't. But you should totally go check it out. And you're gonna love some of the illustrations and some of the silliness. Because once again, Murky and Lurky are in disguise. Oh, couldn't possibly tell that it was them. This cracks me up every time. And yeah, there's definitely that throwback to Monster Murk. Yeah. You're gonna love it! You should go get it! What else did I want to say? I think that's all I wanted to say about them. I'll try to do the education section of this video quickly. So what I just wanted to do was compare, because we don't have much Murky and Lurky merchandise. Like they're in some of the, they're not in much. I was gonna say they were in some of the puzzles and stuff, but not really. They tried to stick with the pretty scenes and the happy characters with the puzzles. There are some of the books, obviously, from back in the day. But as far as dolls, yeah, we only got one Murky doll back in the 80s. And it's this guy. And let me hold up the one in the box because you'll see why. See the lightning bolts? Okay, so on his chest, on the side of his helmet, and you can't see it, or can you? There it is. Where'd it go? The one on the Gloom cloud, there's these pinky purple, yeah, they're kind of lilac, lavender colored lightning bolts on his outfit and on his Gloom cloud. But as you can, and you might be able to tell even from this, they don't stay on so well, especially after this many years. Like the old Rainbow Brite dresses where the decal came off, at least it was a type of material that it should have stuck to, at least for a good long while. And there are still a lot of Rainbow Brite dolls that have the decal on. But he is just fuzz. Like, it's not a vinyl type or plasticky type material that something would adhere to well at all. So it's actually kind of a wonder, and I'm trying to be very careful with this and not knock him around, because that will totally come off if I do. But I wanted to show you what he should look like, and then show you the one I have loose and he used to have his thing, his lightning bolt, and I've lost it. Maybe it'll show up at some point. And he's got his little gloom bag with his gloom cloud in it. Here, let me just pull out the cloud, even though it does not have lightning bolt in it anymore either. This one was from Canada, as you can see by the massive tag, even on the cloud. It just cracks me up that the cloud has a tag, and it's almost as big as the cloud. That's what goes in his gloom bag, and I actually do have a couple lightning bolts in this bag, which I think are the ones that used to be on the sides of his helmet. Oh wait, there's 3 in here. But they're all the small ones. Yeah, I don't have the big one in here. So clearly, 2 of these used to be on his head, and 1 of these used to be on the bag. This one's slightly bigger, so... And look too, once they come off, they start curling in and getting all funky and just messed up. So I keep them, yes, I keep shoving them back in the bag. I'm not going to get rid of them. But, yeah, they do not stay on well at all. So if you have one that has the decal still on him, I would not play with that one or touch him ever. Plus on the bag, the elastic, yeah, no, it's kind of dead. So if you've got one also where the bag is still cinched up tight with the elastic, don't open it, because it kind of, yeah, after being this old, that elastic just does not hold up. As you can see, it's just, yeah, whatever. But I still love him. He's adorable. Other than that, he's in good shape. And he's got the massive tag on his back. My little Canadian Murky. Aren't you adorable? I actually got this guy mint in box back in, oh goodness, 1998 or 99. Because I remember where I was when I got him. That was a long time ago. That's almost 20. No, it can't be. That's almost 20 years ago. That's crazy. Or wait, am I mathing right? 2018, 98. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so this doll's been with me quite a while. But for some reason I took him out of the box. I couldn't tell you why. So he used to have all his stuff on, and over the years they have fallen off. But I got another one in the box, and I'm not taking him out, so he will keep all of his decals. But anyway, this is the only Murky doll we ever got. So now we have two. Now we have this guy, and we have this guy. Yay. Well, actually, I'm wrong. This was the only one made in the 80s. And actually, the other one, it's not so much a doll as it is a pillow. That's a pillow doll! This is from the 2003 line, and you can see how humongous he is. He's massive, and I love him. Pretty sure this guy was sold at Hot Topic. I don't know if he has any tags to say that. But that's where most of the others that came out around the same time. You can see them back there. The Rainbow Brite and the Twink. Yeah. So this guy came out at the same time as those. Pretty sure they were all in Hot Topic. Yeah. If they were in other stores, let me know. But I'm pretty sure these were only in Hot Topic. And this one was the most rare because he's the bad guy. You know, they didn't think people would want to buy him. But some of us did. I got him many years later. I don't actually think he ever even showed up in my local Hot Topic back when these were being sold. Otherwise, I think I probably would have gotten him. But yeah. So not many people did buy him, and I don't think very many were made. So this guy I found on Flickr, of all places, and the owner was so kind to sell him to me. And he's great. I love him. He's humongous and grumpy. And he's got a massive cloud and lightning bolt on his back as well. So he's actually really well done. He's got, yeah, the huge lightning bolts on the side of his head, the old thing on his helmet, the huge unibrow, the big eyes, grumpy mouth, mustache. So he's actually a lot like this one. Come to think of it, they share a lot of similarities. A whole bunch. It's like this guy in miniature. Much miniature. Like, he's the size of his hand. That's cracking me up right now. Okay, so anyway, those are the only Murky items, like specifically just Murky, that I could think of that we ever got in the vintage or the 2003 line. So now we have another Murky to add to the collection, which is great. And then Lurky, we got a little bit more, but not much. There's a Lurky PVC. This is the American one from the American line. It says Lurky on his back. There is another Lurky PVC, but he's only found in Australia, and he is so stinking rare. I think I've seen like 2 in my life, like online. In person, I would have snatched them up, obviously, but I think I've only ever seen 2 show up on eBay. And they are like the rubbery kind. I think they were actually erasers. All of the ones from the UK are bendable, and kind of that type of material that you could use as an eraser. I think they were actually sold for that purpose, but thankfully some people did not use them like erasers. They just kept them around as toys, as they should. So, but the Americans are hard as a rock, not erasers. Anyway, if you find the Australian Lurky, let me know, please. Pretty please. It looks a lot like this, but it's different. It's got like a greenish face, I think. I have a picture somewhere. If I can find it, I'll stick it here. Because I'm definitely on the lookout for that version of Lurky, since there are so few Lurky items. There's that little miniature Lurky puzzle from back in the day, but Yeah. So doll-wise, what's interesting about Lurky is that they made 3 dolls that look exactly alike, but they're different sizes. So we've got the small Lurky. This was from Mattel. Yeah. Yeah. Just double check. The small one from Mattel. Then we've got the medium-sized one by Emotions, which was a subsidiary of Mattel, that made also some of the Color Kids in a larger, like 16-inch size. If I've never shown those to you, I'm sorry, I will at some point. So it's got the different Emotions tag on his booty. And then the massive Lurky, also from Mattel. Double checking. Yes. I haven't pulled these out in a while, so I just want to make sure my memory is up to snuff. But they all have the exact same print and everything, you know, type of shoes, same nose, same, oh, he's got a mouth under there. If I get the fur out of the way. He's got, get out of the way. Yeah, I think he actually looks kind of happy. He's just like, ah, yay. So he's got a mouth under there, he's got the big eyes, big hard plastic eyes, he's got antenna that never stay up, but actually they're kind of stiff. I might could train those to stay back up if I cared. But in the spot he sits, I don't think there's room for them to stick up, so that's okay. But he's so big. Like, he's not quite as big as the Murky Pillow doll, but not far off. So if I had to pick a favorite Lurky, it's probably this one, because he's like huggable size. He's massive. I have these listed on my website under the doll, you know, collecting and then dolls. That actually show the dimensions, like height, because I can't remember off the top of my head how tall or long or whatever you want to say they are. But yeah, there's 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, and they're great. But now we have tiny in completely different color. I'm okay with that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, he's actually he's closer to this, more that reddish brown, which I think is more screen accurate, come to think of it, than those guys. Yeah. Okay, this video is getting super long. Sorry, but I think that really is everything I wanted to say. I just am super happy that we have more merchandise for the bad guys, because as much as they are horrible and they're bad guys, we also love them because they're hilarious, and without them, Rainbow Land would be boring because everything would just be happy all the time, and you need some conflict. You need some drama every once in a while to make things interesting. So that's what these guys are there for. So I'm super happy to have these in my collection. I cannot wait to get another book so I can leave one with the itty bitty still on, and then these guys I will display with my other itty bitties. But I think that's it. There's the stuff. There's your history. Yeah, stuff. If you've got any questions, let me know. But I think for today, that's it. And like I said, I will do a merch haul soon once I get together all the stuff that I need to do a merch haul for. That'll be soon. Don't know if it'll be before the holidays. Maybe. Might be after. We'll see. But anyway, if I don't talk to you again before the holidays, happy holidays to all of you Rainbow Brite fans. I hope if you have not gotten, sorry, not those, any of the new items for yourself by then, I hope someone else gets them for you, add them to your Christmas wish list, and hopefully they'll be at the stores when your friends go to buy them for you. And, oh yeah, I did want to mention, I did not mention this on the live stream the other day, but also, this came into the store. I didn't buy it. This is the one I already had. At the same time, they got all the new merchandise, the Puppy Brite, Baby Sprites, and the Murky and Lurky book set. They also got one of the DVDs. So, some stores are getting DVDs. Again, they only got one, so hopefully they'll get more soon. But I just did want to point out that some of the stores are getting the DVDs in, because I know they're out of stock again online. They're like available, they sold out in like 48 hours, and they were available again for a few days, maybe a week, and then now they're gone again. So, if you can't find it online, go to the stores, or call your stores, see if they have it. Hopefully they do, and that really is everything. But, yeah. If anything else new comes out between now and the end of the year, obviously I'll jump on and do a video, but I'm pretty sure this is it. I cannot imagine them giving us anything else between now and the end of the year. But this is plenty, really. Really. I'm super happy with all of this new stuff. If I haven't made that clear already, I'm super happy that we got all this new stuff. It's like early Christmas presents to myself. Yeah. So anyway, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. And if I don't talk to you before the holidays, happy holidays. I think I already said that, but I'll say it again. Happy holidays! Have a great end of the year. Happy New Year. All of that. And if I do another video, I'll say that again. Okay? Okay. Have a rainbow day. Bye.